guys, welcome to Dev Domain. In today's video, we are going to learn about the encapsulation. So let's start. Encapsulation is one of the fundamental principles of object-oriented programming. Next point, it refers to the concept of bundling data, that is nothing but the attributes, and methods, that is nothing but the functions that operate on the data into a single unit, typically called as class. Encapsulation is a mechanism through which we can wrap the variables and the methods of a class into a single unit. It is nothing but the encapsulation. Additionally, encapsulation involves restricting direct access to some of an object's components to prevent the unintended references and misuse of the data. So, encapsulation involves the direct restricting access, to the sum of the objects of the class. Okay, so it is used to prevent the data from unauthorized person, and if the unauthorized person gets the crucial data, then it can be misused and our data can be leaked. So in simpler terms, encapsulation is about, first point is hiding the internal details of how an object works, and second is exposing the controlled interface for interacting with the object. So it is used to hiding the internal details. It is used to hiding the internal details of the object and exposing the controlled interface. Whenever we require that object, only that particular control interface can be interacting with the object. Let's see some key features of the encapsulation. So first point is data hiding. Data hiding. Data hiding is achieved using access modifiers like private, protected, or public. So next point is by marking fields as private, you prevent external code from the direct accessing or modifying them. If we use the access modifier as private, so you know that if we use the private access modifier, we cannot access that data outside the class. So that means it used to prevent our data. That's why we use the private access modifier. Next point is controlled access. To access or modify private fields, you provide public methods. Okay. So if you want to access the private access modifiers fields outside the class, for that we use the getters and setters. Through the getters and setters, we can access that fields or the methods outside the class as well. These methods interact as the intermediaries, allowing you to add logic like validation or the logging. So next point is modularity. Encapsulation helps you create self-contained classes that are easier to understand, maintain, and reuse. The encapsulation helps to create a self-contained classes, and from that classes we can easier use to understand the code, maintain it, and also it is reusable. Each class encapsulates its own data and behavior, reducing dependencies between different parts of the program. Each class encapsulates the data of its own and reducing the dependencies between the different parts of this program. Next point is security. By restricting access to sensitive data, encapsulation helps to prevent unauthorized or unintended modification. By restricting the access to the sensitive data, encapsulation helps to prevent the data from the unauthorized user, and if the data is accessed by the unauthorized user, then it can be modified and our data can be lost from us. So that's why encapsulation plays the important role in the security. Let's create an encapsulated class. So for that we have to take some attributes. So let's say private integer id and private string name, private string city, private string country. So these are the private attributes, and these attributes are not be accessible outside the class. So to access these fields outside the class, we make the getters and setters for the attributes. So I am using the STS tool used to provide a feature. So simply click on right on the mouse, then go to source, and here you can see the option as generate getters and setters. So click on it and click on all these fields, and next here generate. Click on generate. So the IDE makes the getters and setters for the fields. So these are the getters and setters, and we have to make the constructor as well. So to make the constructor public, the class name demo, and in this we have to simply call super. So this is the constructor. This is the purely encapsulated class. As you can see, these are the fields, then this is the constructor, and these are getters and setters for the fields. So this is all about the encapsulation. Thank you for watching this video.